All right, guys, we are now on math lesson 7-5. This is actually the last lesson in math for topic 7. So after we do this lesson next Monday, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be reviewing. And then on Tuesday, we are going to be taking our assessment. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we are going to be going to Savvis EasyBridge to do math. Oops, you're going to click on the frog. Wrong one. All right, let's watch this video.
Read and understand. Pedro has 18 toy cars, 5 toy trucks, and 3 toy planes. He loses some of his toy cars. How many toy cars does Pedro have left? What information do you have? Pedro has 18 toy cars, 5 toy trucks, and 3 toy planes. He loses some of his toy cars. Plan. What do you need to find out? You want to find out how many toy cars Pedro has left. What information is needed to solve the problem? You need to subtract the number of cars he loses from the number of cars he starts with. Solve, look back, and check. Do you have all the information you need? Let's reread the problem. Pedro has 18 toy cars, 5 toy trucks, and 3 toy planes. He loses some of his toy cars. How many toy cars does Pedro have left? Is anything missing? The problem is missing information. What do you not know? You do not know how many toy cars Pedro loses, so you cannot solve the problem. Why can't you solve the problem without this information? You do not know how many toy cars Pedro loses, so you don't know what number to subtract from 18. Is there any extra information? Yes, you don't need to know how many toy trucks or planes Pedro has. How do you know that this is extra information? It does not help to solve the problem. Now you know how to find missing or extra information when you try to solve a problem.
All right, guys, I'm going to go over your reteaching for you guys. And then in our breakout rooms, we're going to be working on the practice and your digital quick check. All right, solve. There are 4 children on a bowling team. Mike bowls a score of 55 and Cherry bowls a score of 30. How much higher is Mike's score? Okay, sometimes you do not have enough information to solve a problem, and sometimes you have too much information and you do not need it to solve a problem. All right, so what do you need to find out? let's try and figure it out. Okay, well, what is the question asking us? It's saying how much higher is Mike's score? So we need to know how much higher Mike's score is to Sherry's. So what information do you need to solve the problem? You need Mike's score, which is 55, and you need Sherry's score, which is 30. You need to subtract those two numbers. We know that 55 minus 30 equals 25. So then, is there any missing information to solve this problem? No, we were able to solve it. So instead of there being missing information, there is extra information. So what is the extra information? That there are 4 children on a bowling team. That is extra information that we did not need to know in order to solve the problem. So let's do number 1. Cross out the extra information, solve the problem if you have the information you need. Okay, so there are 39 adults at the bowling alley. There are 9 children at the bowling alley. Mark bowls a score of 82. How many more adults than children are there? Solve if you can. So the question is asking us, how many more adults are there than children? Well, we know that there are 39 adults. And we know that there are 9 children. So can anyone unmute and let me know, what is 39 minus 9?
30.
Very good. 30 is correct. 30. There are 30 more adults than there are children. Now, is there any extra information? Can anyone tell me if there's any extra information? Is there any information that we didn't need to know?
Yes.
What is it?
That Mark bowls a score of 82.
Very good. That's awesome, but we did not need to know that in order to solve this problem. So you can go ahead and exit out that third sentence. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going to breakout rooms. I'm going to put you guys into boys and girls, and you guys are going to work together to solve the practice pages. Once you are done, then you are going to move on to the digital quick check. Now, because this work should be fairly easy for you guys, we are not going to put this in Kami. You are just going to work on it in your booklets. And then for whoever is our breakout room leaders, you guys are just going to share your screen. All right. After we do our practice, and then after we do our digital quick check, you guys are going to be working on your 5 minutes of BTBF, addition and or subtraction, which is going to be right here. And then when we're done, we will be going to lunch for our lunch break.